Hi, everybody. I was trying to give a few minutes for people to join. So, thank you so much for tuning in for my very first live chat. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why, but I'm shaky. But I want to go ahead and get started. So, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and start commenting on your questions, and I'll just respond to them as they come up. And if I don't get any questions right away, I do have some that were sent to me on Instagram that I will respond to. So if I don't get any questions from you, then I do have some questions that I can address. But thanks so much for tuning in. I don't know why, but I'm trying to make sure I can see your questions when they come up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started with a couple of questions that I typically get until I get some of the questions to come in. And one of the questions that I get a lot about is about my color. Um, let's see. So yeah, I get a lot of questions about my color and what I use for my color. I had a previous video with all of the information about my color that I used. I have since then recolored my hair, but just the front. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but my hair is lighter, but I only recolored the front, and I haven't really posted any pictures, so you probably can't tell from this particular video, but I'll try to post some pictures later. But I have I have recolored my hair, so I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And I do see a couple of questions coming in. The first question is from Kara. I hope I'm saying your name right. Kara, thanks so much for tuning in today. So Kara's question is, what type of products do you use daily for your hair to stay healthy while being natural? Very good question. So what I typically do after I wash and condition my hair, I love Cantu products. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you probably know that. But what I do is I use, and I brought this in here just in case I got the questions, but I use this. It's the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In. I use this pretty much when I set my hair, and then every night, like for this style, I'm wearing a flat twist out, and what I'll do at night is I'll just do chunky twists all over, and I'll just spritz my hair with like a water conditioner mix just to keep it hydrated. And if I feel the need, like my hair is very, very dry, then I'll add a little bit more of the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In. I also use this oil, which is very, very helpful for my journey, and it's this coconut oil. You can find this at any Whole Foods store or any grocery store, but it's just an organic coconut oil, and I love this product. It also acts as a moisturizer and still adds shine. So this is one of my key staples that I have to have, and you can see I'm almost out of it, so I'm going to go to the store and have to get some more. But those are really the only products that I use as far as a daily type of moisturizer and conditioning. And Tamika, what products do you use for your twist outs? So same thing. I use the Cantu Leave-In. I also started using the Cantu Twist and Lock gel. It's very lightweight, and it also acts as a moisturizer as well. So I love the Cantu Twist and Lock. I don't really use a lot of it because the leave-in conditioner is really, really great to help hold the style because it has like a thick consistency, smells amazing. So even for my twist outs, I use just either the leave-in, or if I need a little bit more of a hold, if I know that the weather is going to be, you know, kind of, I guess, like too humid, I would use like the Twist and Lock gel from Cantu. So those are those questions that I've gotten so far. So back to this hair color, I recolored the front. And so to recolor the front, I used this. It is High Color Highlights from L'Oreal, and it's in the color magenta. And I only had to use one box just to color the front. I didn't really have to put it all over. I just wanted to kind of focus on the front just to kind of give it a little extra effect. So this is the color I have in right now. Yeah, I don't know that you can see it. I'll try to post some pictures on Instagram with the new color, but this is the color. And I also use the L'Oreal 30 Developer. And I mixed it in a mixing bowl and just concentrated again on the front. And one of the questions that I get quite often is how I moisturize or keep my hair moisturized with color. I do lots of deep conditioning treatments. I use the Shea Moisture Deep Treatment Mask, and it really works great for a deep conditioning. And I do that probably weekly right now just because my hair is colored. It's really important that if you do color your hair, because you're opening up your hair shaft, you want to keep the moisture in your hair and you want to keep your hair highly moisturized. That's how you're able to maintain healthy hair with your hair being colored. A lot of people may experience like breakage and stuff like that with their hair colored, not so much due to the color itself, but just because with your hair shaft being exposed and open and you're adding those extra chemicals, then you know your moisture can escape easily. So you want to do like deep treatment. You want to do like the deep treatment moisturizing for your hair, and I do that weekly right now. And then I wanted to kind of talk about the shampoo and conditioner that I'm using right now. I am currently using a different shampoo and conditioner than my typical regimen. Cantu just came out with a new sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. It's these two. So these are the new shampoo and conditioners from Cantu. Came out probably a few weeks ago, and it's available at Walmart. I don't know that it's been released to like the local beauty supplies. I know some local beauty supplies in your area may have Cantu products, but the shampoo and conditioner, from my understanding, is just available in Walmart. And I'll tell you, when I went to Walmart the last couple of times, they were completely out. But one thing that I love about the shampoo, I'll talk about the shampoo first. So the shampoo is sulfate-free, and it is to help build and restore moisture to your hair. And it is a thick consistency, but I love the way that it lathers. I'm the type of person where I like my hair to get that lather when I'm shampooing. I love a thick lather. It just really helps me to feel like my hair is really getting cleansed. Another thing I like about the shampoo is that it does not strip moisture from my hair, so I can still get it clean without it stripping moisture. Slippage is another thing that I look for in a really good shampoo. That's how I'm able to tell that my hair is not being stripped and that it's actually adding moisture, when I can just rub my fingers through my hair and not get caught. When I'm washing my hair, I like to finger detangle in the shower. So a really good shampoo that helps with moisture is really key for naturals. And you want to look for something that's sulfate free, again, so it doesn't strip your moisture from your hair. And then the conditioner is the same. It does not have any sulfate, so it's sulfate free. Really great consistency. I like a thick conditioner. I have not used this as like a leave-in. It's supposed to be something that you rinse out. But it's a really great thick consistency for my hair, which adds a lot of moisture. I typically, when I wash my hair, I know I get questions about my wash regimen or my shampoo regimen. So after I've shampooed my hair a couple of times, and I really like to make sure that I focus on my scalp to avoid any type of product buildup remaining on my scalp. After I've done that, I'll use this conditioner, and I twist my hair, I want to say 4 to 6 twists, and I'll just rub this in and really concentrate on the ends, because the ends are like the longest or the oldest part of your hair. So I use this, just applying it to my twist while I'm in the shower, and I'll just let the water, the steam from the shower really, you know, get into my hair to help seal in that moisture, and then I'll rinse it out while my twists are still installed. So really great products. I'm probably going to do a complete review on the Cantu shampoo and conditioner really soon. I like to use the product for a little while, especially when I'm new to the product. I like to give it, you know, a few tries before I give my honest opinion, because my hair responds differently. So I want to give my hair an opportunity to get used to the product whenever I'm trying something new. I'm not seeing any new questions come in, so another question I've gotten is, how has my hair responded to the main choice? So I posted a picture on Instagram. I started the Main Choice Challenge, the Natural Hair Growth Challenge. I started this a couple of weeks ago. I think on the May 2nd, I started the Main Choice. I'll kind of talk a little bit about this. I've gotten some not so good comments from people like, oh, you know, you're jumping on the bandwagon too. But I have really good reason as to why I'm trying these vitamins. I met the founder of the Main Choice, and she has a lot of great information. She knows what she's doing. She knows about the science behind healthy hair. So I appreciated that. And knowing and having conversations, being in her presence, and just really, you know, feeling a really positive vibe from her, I decided to give it a try. And here's the reason why. For me, it's not so much about hair growth. If you watch the Getting to Know Me video that I posted maybe a few months ago, it may have been at the end of last year, but the Getting to Know Me video, I talked about how I was diagnosed with something called Polycystic Ovarian syndrome. One of the symptoms of Polycystic Ovarian syndrome is male pattern baldness. And recently I noticed that I was losing a lot of hair in this area. So you'll see a lot of the styles that I do, I tend to wear my hair kind of in my face, or I'll just wear a bang area, and it's to cover up the space or the spots where I've started to lose hair. And so it's really in this area, and you probably can't tell now because I am pleased to say that since I've started the Main Choice, I'm starting to feel little prickles come up, so the hair is starting to grow back into those areas. I'm really excited about that. I got really emotional even when I was telling my husband that my hair was coming out and I showed it to him. I started crying and I was just like, you know, I'm too young to be losing my hair. And so for me, starting on Maintabolism was not about me just getting long hair. It was about me, I'm trying not to cry, you guys, I'm sorry. But it was about me having the ability to restore my hair in the areas where I'm losing hair. And so I am very pleased so far. I'm going to do a video update. I haven't even posted the main video as far as why I started the vitamins, but I plan on posting that video and then doing a follow-up video at 30 days into taking the supplement, and then another video at 60 days because I only bought a 2-month supply. So that's why I have started these, and those are my results so far. And as far as length, I am seeing that my hair, it has grown. I got my hair trimmed back in March, so I'm seeing, you know, my hair grow, and it feels really healthy. I haven't had any side effects from it. I've heard people talk about like breakouts and things like that. A couple of other things that I've done to help my hair, because to me, healthy hair starts from the inside as well. But I started drinking lots and lots of water, and I know that's helped me as well, and that also helps with moisture and keeping your hair moisturized. So I see a couple of questions. Hi, Metra first, and this is from Todd Loves Jesus. Hi, Metra. First, let me say that I love your hair. Thank you. I wanted to know what your favorite protective hairstyle. So my favorite protective hairstyle is Marley Twist. I haven't done that style in this year yet, but I plan on doing it very soon. But I love Marley Twist. Very easy to install, and it's quick. And I can do it myself. It takes me now, since I've gotten the method down, it takes me now about, I say, 2.5 hours at max to install Marley Twist. And they're pretty, you know, I would say they're medium size, and I normally use 3.5 bags for the Marley Twist, but I love Marley Twist. It's a really easy protective style to install, and it doesn't weigh my hair down. As I stated, now that I'm starting to see areas where I'm balding in the front, I try to find styles where I'm not doing a lot of manipulation to my hair, so you'll see me wear twist outs and things like that. So Marley Twist is one. I'll also do a lot of flat twist updos. That's really key for me, especially now, because I don't like my hair just rubbing on my neck, which can cause like breakage. So you'll notice that sometimes when your hair is growing, for me, my hair in the back doesn't grow as long as quickly as the rest of my hair, and that's because my hair is constantly rubbing up against my clothing and things like that. So to avoid that, I like to do flat twist updos as well. So those are like the two main protective styles that I like to wear. Did the color bring damage to your hair after a while? That's a really good question. So a couple of years ago was the first time I've ever had color, and I got highlights. My stylist did highlights on my hair, so it was professionally done, and she did lowlights and highlights. And at first, right away, I did not experience any type of damage, any breakage. My hair remained very healthy. But as I alluded to earlier, the key about avoiding damage when your hair is color treated is moisture. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of let it slip. I was not taking as good of care of my hair as I should have. So I did start to experience breakage and things like that on my ends where the color started to grow out, and I wasn't concentrating as far as my moisturizing treatment on my end. So I did start to experience a little bit of breakage, but as soon as I noticed that, I immediately got another trim and started doing my deep conditioning treatments right away, and that really helped me to maintain moisture. And eventually, you know, after so many trims, the color ended up being cut off. And so now that I have the color that I have now, which I have one color all over and then the magenta from L'Oreal just in the front, I always moisturize and do deep conditioning treatments, and I haven't experienced any damage. So Jackie says, do you twist your hair going back or to the side? I do both. So however I want my hair to fall is how I twist. Right now, this twist out, you can kind of see this is like day 2 hair. So I twist this going down the side, and as I get to the back, I go back, and then I'll start this side going on the side, and then once I get to the back, I twist back. If I twisted going all the way back, then I would have to do a lot of, you know, combing or picking to bring my hair forward just to get it to lay the way I want it to lay. I kind of like my twist outs giving me a look of kind of a symmetrical an asymmetrical bob. So to get that effect, I like to twist, you know, going on the side, and then once I get to the back, I go straight back. But it really just depends on how I want my hair to lay. That'll determine which direction I do my twist. And I have another question from Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for tuning in. Are you going to do any protective styles this summer? Absolutely. I am in the process of determining what protective style I'm going to do next, and I have a trip coming up in the near future, and I didn't want to wear a protective style while I was out of town, but when I get back, I plan on doing a protective style. I'm at a cross between doing box braids or Marley twists. I really don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting to determine how my hair is going to respond to the metabolism after I've done 2 months of treatment. I want to see my hair be strengthened in those areas, and it's mainly, like I said, I'm losing the hair mainly in the front area. So if I see that my hair is strengthened and, you know, I'm starting to grow that hair back, I'll more than likely do the box braids or Marley twists. I also got a request from a few of my followers on Instagram to do the crochet braids, or some people call them tree braids, to do those again. I have not decided if I'm going to do that or not. Those were very time consuming, but I've only done them once. You know, maybe it'll be quicker the next time I do them. But crochet braids was very nice style. It looked really natural the way that I did those, but it was very time consuming. And I want to first start with something a little bit more simple, so either the Marley twists or box braids. What other questions do you all have for me? Any others? Okay, I'm not seeing any new questions come up, so I do want to talk a little bit about something that I experienced very early on in my journey for those of you that may be new to natural. And when I was freshly into my natural hair journey, I didn't really do a whole lot of research about products and what to use, and I just kind of went off of a whim and started using all these different products. And I noticed that my hair started to break off mainly on the sides and in the back, and I was kind of like, you know, I'm using all these products, I'm moisturizing, I'm doing twist outs and things like that. I don't understand why my hair is breaking off. And you're welcome, Sherry. And one of the things that I started to ask my stylist, and my aunt is a natural hairstylist in the Dallas area, and so I asked them, you know, what could be causing the breakage. And one thing that I found out is I was over treating my hair with protein. And I remember seeing like lots of videos on YouTube where everybody was doing protein treatments and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, let me get some products with protein in it. And I'm thinking, you know, this is going to be great for my hair. And I guess I just overprocessed my hair with protein. When it turned out I did not have a protein deficiency. So even now I don't do any type of protein treatments. My hair does not have a protein deficiency, so I didn't need that. Once I stopped using the protein that I was using, my hair started to restore, and it didn't get that brittle feeling. So one of the things that you want to look at when you're experiencing breakage and brittleness is you want to check the products, because another thing that I noticed was I'm using products with a lot of alcohol, so you want to be careful with that as well. Limit the type of alcohol that you're using on your hair. Some of the products that are not meant for natural hair contain alcohol in it that can cause breakage and dry hair as well. And you'll know that your hair is dry if you start to experience like brittleness or breakage or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Another question, have you ever done a pre-poo before, and if so, what were your results? I have done pre-poos before. I haven't done them in a while, honestly, but pre-poo, just for those that don't know, pre-poo is where you do you add conditioner to your hair, and basically instead of shampooing right away, you do a conditioning, and it's kind of similar to, or at least the way that I do them, it's very similar to doing a co-wash, but basically just adding conditioner to your hair prior to shampooing and just letting that kind of saturate your hair for a while with the conditioner. I want to make sure I'm answering the question. What were your results? Okay, so when I did do the pre-poo, what I noticed is that it was a lot easier for me to shampoo and detangle my hair. And back then I was using Hello Hydration as my shampoo. And that's still one of my favorites. As far as shampoos, it's really inexpensive. Hello Hydration is a great shampoo. But after I pre-pooed and shampooed, what I noticed is that my hair just seems so soft and very moisturized once I did the pre-poo. So I definitely recommend, if you're experiencing a lot of dryness, in addition to doing the deep conditioning treatments, pre-pooing is another great thing to do. And when I did pre-poo and added the conditioner, I also added an oil to my hair as well to help seal in that moisture for the pre-poo treatment. Okay, so I have another question here. Have you had any negative experience in the workplace because of your natural hair? Very good question. I have not. When I first went natural, I did kind of get some side eyes because I did, I call it a big chop. I transitioned for 10 months and then chopped off all of my relaxed ends, so my hair was maybe couple of inches long, I guess, 2 to 3 inches long. And so when I came to work, everybody was just kind of giving me the side eye. And I'm a manager at my job in corporate America. I hold a manager position. So I was kind of leery about it at first, but they were very respectful and just embraced it and really loved, you know, my hair in its natural state. I remember after going natural and straightening my hair, that's when they were like, you know, oh my goodness, you know, why did you straighten your hair? You shouldn't straighten your hair. I like the fun hair. They love my hair big and fun. That's a lot of the comments I get is, oh, you're here with your fun hair. So I never got really any negative responses from my workplace when I went natural, which is a great thing. They really embraced diversity and things like that. So I was really excited to see that I didn't get any type of negative feedback. I've never been asked to change my hair, and I also travel with my job on occasion, and even when I travel, they never say, well, can you try to do more conservative styling or anything like that. I do tend to now, because I am trying to grow my hair and restore around my edges, as I alluded to earlier, I am flat twist or halo braids and things like that throughout the week, and then I'll wear like flat twist outs and stuff like that during the weekend. So I am doing more of those types of styles during the work week, just to kind of preserve and have low manipulation of my hair? Very good question. Jackie says, do you always do twist outs and never wash and goes? Yes, I never do a wash and go ever, and I probably won't ever. And not because I have anything against wash and goes. I think wash and goes are fabulous. I see people rock them and they rock them well. So here's the reason why I will never do a wash and go, and it's because my hair textures, I have several different hair textures going on. I have from a 3B, 3C, 4A, 4B, all over the place. So when I wash my hair, it's never a wash and then just leave. Never that. So when I wash my hair, it tends to look very straight in the front, and a lot of my curl definition is in the back. And so in order to get more of a consistent look with the curl pattern that I have or lack thereof, I like to do twist outs or braid outs or something like that, that I have a little bit more control over how my curls lay and the look I'm going to get in the end. I would love to be able to do a wash and go, I really would, but just the type of hair that I have, wash and goes just don't agree. I posted a picture quite some time ago on Instagram of how my hair looked once I washed it and just added a little bit of product and just let it air dry, and I looked like a chia pet, and it was just a real hot mess. I won't do that again. So yeah, but I love wash and goes on everyone else. I have a few minutes left for today's chat, and I have a couple of questions. Did your family, friends, spouse, boyfriend always support your decision to go natural? Absolutely. My husband loves my natural hair. He was one of the ones who was like, you know, when I straighten my hair, he loves the fun hair. He calls it sunshine. He loves my natural hair, embraced it. My family, majority of the women in my family are natural. My mom, my sisters, my cousins, my aunts, majority of my family are all natural. So they embraced it. We kind of all went natural, I want to say around the same time. But my sister wears locks. My younger sister wears locks. My older sister wears a very nice full afro. She has beautiful full hair. I wish my hair was as full as hers, but she's natural, and like I said earlier, my aunt is a natural hairstylist, so they all embraced it. My friends loved it. It spoke more to kind of like my personality. So when I went natural, I kind of just had a whole new confidence about myself because it tapped more into my personality and who I was. But everyone embraced my natural hair. I never got any negative feedback from them. Another question, how do you get your twist outs so defined? I feel like no matter what I do, it still doesn't seem defined. Okay, so twist outs and how I get them so defined. I get the definition that I desire by twisting on wet hair. So as soon as I get out of the shower, I love to do my twist outs and braid outs on completely damp hair, and I allow it to set overnight. That gives me the definition that I really desire. I have tried dry twist outs before, and it gives me more of a loose, and you've probably seen pictures where my hair looks bigger and the curl definition is a lot looser. That's because I did a twist out on more of a dry, my hair was dry and it wasn't wet. So to get the definition, I twist out on completely damp hair and I allow it to set overnight. And depending on if it dries, sometimes like over the weekend, if it's not dry the next morning, I'll just kind of pin the twist up and allow it to dry throughout the day and then take it down after that. Let's see, I have time for one more question. How long did it take you for you to master styling your hair once you big chopped? Was it pretty easy for you to style your hair and know how to take care of it? It was not easy. I did not know what I was doing. I would have to say, honestly, it took me a good 10 months to a year to really get a method down for me, because again, I was new to natural hair, and I would see all these YouTube videos and I would wonder why when I washed my hair it didn't curl up like everyone else. And so I finally just started doing like flat twists and twist outs, and that's how I was able to achieve the look that I really wanted. And so I started mastering and practicing all the time with my flat twist and twist outs. I like flat twisting over just regular twist outs because as I flat twist and take them down, I don't have to really separate my hair. It kind of separates once I take my flat twist down. So I do prefer flat twisting my hair over just a regular twist out or braid out. So that concludes, I think I answered everyone's question. And if you want to see more or you want me to do more live chats, just leave me a comment and let me know. I know that someone did express that they wanted me to do a live chat to talk about relationships and things like that. But if you want me to do another live chat with you all, just leave a comment below. I may do one in a few weeks, just depending on the responses that I get. So hopefully this was helpful for you all. And thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.